this before. Yes, I swear it's a truth, and I owe it all to you. 'Cause I had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you. Oh, now who do you think you are? Bless your soul. You really think you're in control? Well, I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy.
Fred Jasper's now chasing Bobby Knight back to his chair.
And
he's
got
got him
technical.
right there. There's the tee.
Two-shot technical against the bench and against Bob Knight. Steve Reed, an excellent free throw shooter, will have the honors shooting the technicals.
Looky here. Bobby Knight just threw his chair clear across the free throw lane.
And I think Fred Jasper.
Unbelievable. He picked up another tee. And now Fred Jaspers is called for athletic director Ralph Floyd.
Fred Jasper's talking to Mr. Floyd down in the corner.
Take it.
Yellow card, thank you. Red.
Red card.
Red means she's out?
No, red, that's red. No, that was the coach.
Oh, that coach gets kicked out?
The coach did it?
The coach did it.
Let's go to Jack. As you watch John L. Cannot believe what is happening. Let's go to Jack.
His coach, obviously a miscalculation there, and you're upset. Tell me about it.
I'm very upset. We shouldn't have been in a ball game with fast field goal. The coach had sent him in. We shouldn't have sent him in. That's a dang coaching mistake. The kids are playing their tail off, and the coaches are screwing it up.
Don't have to say any more than that, Brent.
No, you certainly don't, Jack. Very honest assessment. I saw him turn when he yanked the headset off, and he got right in one of his assistants' faces.
What is the biggest coaching meltdown you have seen to date?
It would be in hockey, where a coach completely lost it, and all the sticks and everything went on the ice, and he was just out of control, and his players didn't quite know what to do, because if you're a player, I want to play.
I mean, in terms of witnessing, I mean, I think if anybody watches TSN or anything else, I mean, I can remember there's been a couple of hockey coaches that obviously absolutely lost it in terms of chucking hockey sticks and everything else.
And a 5-minute major power play. Utah 0 for 6 here in the contest as Kevin Colley now throwing sticks on the ice. He's absolutely had it with Rick Looker as he's been shown the door, and Kevin picks up some more sticks. His sport jacket already off, his tie loosened out, as the sticks are going to continue coming from the Grizzlies head coach, who's now banging him on the board. He's absolutely had it with Rick Looker, and quite honestly, I think everybody on both sides has as well, as this will get Colley the game misconduct for tonight, and we'll see what else.
There's been some beauties in baseball, you know, where the coach picks up the first base and second base and third base and throws them all in the dugout, takes all the bats and smashes the water cooler.
And then you have this beaut. Mississippi Braves manager Philip Wellman in the minors gets tossed and goes nuts. Covers the plate, throws the bases. At this point, everyone's just cleared out. This is the coup de grace. I mean,
oh, this is beautiful.
The grenade of the prospect. The ump doesn't move. Good night.
In terms of my own personal sport, I've definitely seen some before. I mean, I've actually been a part of some before where have I kicked the ball before? Absolutely. Have I also, slammed, say my coaching book. Is any of it appropriate? No. Does it take place? Yes.
What was the reaction of the media or people that witnessed the meltdown?
I think people in retrospect, they look back on it like it's dangerous. There's a lot of implications there, and they shouldn't be exhibiting this kind of behavior. But at the time, I think everybody thinks it's pretty funny.
Well, there's typically two reactions. There's humor, because when somebody completely loses it, especially if it's up on TV and whatnot, it's funny. That's after the fact. During, quite frankly, I think it's probably embarrassment, because now that person is very passionately involved. I'm even speaking of like when I've had a meltdown. Emotion takes over, so you're not thinking clearly, and after the fact, when you look at your actions, especially if it's your own self that's done it, it's embarrassing because they're inappropriate.
Handshake lines are usually supposed to be of sportsmanship and character from one team and one player to another. But for this coach on a youth hockey team in Vancouver, it was something completely different. Check this out. Just a shocking piece of video from what is supposed to be a role model, and a coach goes after a 13-year-old kid. This kid was 13. By the way, the kid that he took down and kind of kicked there and tripped, he ended up breaking his wrist. The coach's name, by the way, is 40.
The biggest one was in a tournament in Red Deer where I got thrown out of the gym because I got a yellow card and a red card and then all sorts of red cards and every card in the deck or whatever, and which means I'm banished from the gymnasium, and I refused to go, and I started shaking the referee stand, and he said, "Get out of the gym," and I said, "You get down here." And he knew if he got down there, and I probably would have done something really stupid, like I'd lost it. And even to the point where like I wouldn't get out of the gym, which means my team should forfeit that match and everything, and he didn't know what to do, the young referee, and I wouldn't go, and so to continue the match, once to continue the match, they had to work in the standings, and we did win. But then I got my knuckles wrapped by the ACAC and stuff. I got suspended for 3 matches.
In recent years, thankfully, there hasn't been many. When I first truly got into coaching, and I've lost before. I've actually been kicked out of a match before, and that's just for complaining to a referee, and it was in a pressure situation. But I definitely lost my focus, and I didn't think the referees were being fair. It doesn't really matter that they were or they weren't. I was in the wrong, and I was actually detrimental to my team.
What was the reaction of your team to the outburst?
I think they thought it was pretty funny, but I'd had enough, and it wasn't my first yellow or red card from this individual. It was somebody that's young that wants to assert himself on the referee stand, that kind of stuff. It's a power thing, and that's what I resent.
I think the reaction is just what every single team is a distraction. Is really what it is. I mean, there's a time and a place for it. If you need to slow down the match, but there's also a proper way of doing it, where you properly respect the sport. And anything that's disrespectful to the sport or disrespectful for the people in attendance is never appropriate. Some people talk about there being gamesmanship involved and everything like that. Yes and no to a certain degree. Might I, for instance, and you know this being on the men's volleyball team, I've told you guys sometimes that if we're out of timeouts, I may start questioning the official, okay, to slow the match down to gain the match. If it's tactful, there's a certain amount of acceptance to it, but at the same time too, it's if you do it again and again and again, you lose respectability, not just of your team, but also of anybody else that's a part of the sport.
How did the fans react?
Well, we're talking Alberta colleges. There weren't a lot of fans there anyway. So it'd be a lot of teams because it was tournament play then. They were watching it. And most of them, because we were winning, most of them were hoping I would get thrown out for years. Okay, but then in the end, it was just it was a travesty. It was silly for all concerned. He lost it, I lost
The time and effort each of these coaches puts into their team to watch refs affect the outcome of the game causes their judgment to become clouded and emotions to arise.
Unbelievable. He's throwing his jacket off. Jim Playfair is going nuts on Jamie Koharski right now. And the fans are with them. And he's going to break a second stick. He's on the top of the bench, and Jim Playfair once again throws another stick out in the ice. And now Jamie Koharski is just going to outweigh him.
You run yourself, Earl. You run yourself. You hit me. You do it again, and I'll knock you right in your nose. I didn't touch you. You pushed your. I did not. No, you're lying. Damn, you're lying. No, you are. You are lying. You're a big liar. You are a liar, Earl.
Floyd McClendon's going nuts. Floyd McClendon's been ejected. Yeah. Uh-oh, yeah. He threw his cap, and he'll be darned if they're going to keep that first base bag here.
This may be a minor league manager, but this is a major league blowout. Joe McCulloch goes on a rampage and delays the game for several minutes. McCulloch looks to have been tamed, but he starts tossing bats from the dugout and demonstrates to the plate ump how a strike should be called. Devils and Red Wings after Jay Pandolfo went down at one end. The ref allows the play to continue, and Detroit comes down the ice to score, causing Robbie Ftorek to lose it.
Look at this. The bench just got thrown on the ice. The Devils bench, part of it, the portable part of it that's at the end where the door is, got thrown onto the ice, and I didn't see who did it.
Come on, Ken. Come on, man. Come on, fucking man. Come on. Come on here. You don't want to be treated like a man. That's all. Get around here. Now, what's every night? Stay out of here. Ask me that stupid every night. I'm standing there and you step on my foot. Hey, dude, you're crazy. You're crazy. You're good because you fell, you fat